Hello. Welcome back. Jeffrey Bezos, you did it! Congratulations! Seriously, though, it's pretty awesome, man. Dude, how about, like, I went back and watched the cast, man. Blues cast is real good, dudes. Real good. Real good. TFRs are in place for the Cygnus launch. Should I drive down? Should I drive down to that? Maybe I should. Alright, so we should have the NS16 post-flight press conference happening very soon here. Do it. You won't? Of course not? Oh, okay. Here, I'll just put on this fantastic music again. You ain't got the nerves, boy. Okay, it's on. All right, I'm here. I'm here. Whoa. Whoa. What the frick? I'm awake. Vanguard, I'll fix that whole ad viewing thing here.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I like that, AP. That's funny. What is going on here? Dude. That's Gary, Si. We put Gary back there. Gary's an engineer. He's the lead engineer on New Shepard, and he became a meme on the stream. So Gary gets a seat. Chat said they would get mad at me if I didn't, so I did. Chat said they get mad. Are you mad? Well, no, you're not mad because I fixed it. Where is Khalid? Gary was pretty. I'm speechless, and then proceeds to say. Gary, yeah, he's a talker. He's a talker. Here, just in case I don't want to get DMCA'd by this music, I'll just play it on the automaton. Is this the Mass Effect? No! Stop kicking the poor cat! Alright, fine. Gary's been at Blue Origin for 17 and a half years. Oh, jeez. Okay. For real, though, Gary looks a little too excited back there. Any way to put him further back in the corner so he doesn't distract us? Oh, dear God. I think I have to buy one now. It's amazing. Nope, I lost it. Alright, we can go back to listening to their music. That's fine. You know, I thought my music was just as good, but... Play Eruption? Eruption? Okay. Eruption? Hey, Zenton. Need more distortion. More distortion! What is your boss up to? Dude's crazy? Doing space things, man. We're just waiting on the press conference. It should have started, well, actually, it's going to start about 38 minutes ago. It should be getting started very soon. So in the meantime, I'm just going to sit here and... Hey, you saw my Kerbal ship on Twitter this weekend. I'm pretty pleased with it. You did a good job, Errol. I liked it a lot. I was like, damn, dude, that's a pretty good build. I don't know how to play it. It goes... Yeah, I can do this, though. Do you think it's because Jeff Bezos still has his mind in space? I don't know, man. Dude, I was reading about him. Holy crap, dude. There's a lot of stuff about that guy that I didn't know. Dude, he is a textbook freaking workaholic. Like, he makes, like, me look lazy. And I stream a lot. Like, I'm very devoted to my job. This guy makes me look like a freaking, part-time worker, dude. Like, credit where credit is due. The guy started in high school as a freaking line cook at a McDonald's. Like, really? Yeah. Freaking started as a line cook at McDonald's. He was the smartest kid. He was valedictorian in high school and in college. The guy's a textbook overachiever. And then he got into tech, right? And then he went and became a hedge fund guy in the late 80s, right? Became a hedge fund guy in the late 80s, He's the 80s guy, right? And he became the CEO of a hedge fund when he was 30. Like, well, Jeff, I have a very successful or semi-successful Twitch stream when I was 30, you jerk. Wow. Yeah, that's right, Draco. He did. Yeah, pretty awesome. And then he decided, he's a very successful hedge fund guy. He just decided he was going to drop everything, founded Amazon in his garage, whatever. My only regret is not curing bonitis. Yeah. Yeah, then he dropped everything and started Amazon. Like, it's crazy. It's pretty damn impressive, dude. The guy's a freaking textbook workaholic. Like, credit where credit is due. From a McDonald's line cook to freaking richest dude in the world. Like, that's, it's pretty impressive, man. Not to jerk his chain too much. I know that people don't like that, but jeez. He ain't the richest no more. Whatever. Did they turn up the music to drown me out? The heck, man?
Discovery, go and drop up.
Take the hint, I guess so, Brian. Jesus. Was that them? I don't know, dude. They're like, no, EJ, stop it. Stop it. Look, I know I suck, but you just tell me. You don't need to do the wrap it up drama music here, man. Damn. Don't do me like that. Sorry. Yo, there's Johnny Cash! Yo, they're listening to Johnny Cash at the press conference! Yo, turn this down! Ring of fire. I fell into a burning DMCA. I went down, 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 and the lawyers went, hey. And it burns, burns, burns through my wallet. Through my wallet. The case against my stream is big. But I think that they're all pigs. Bound by NDAs. Sorry, I don't know where to go with that. What rhymes with A? Oh, here we go. Sweet.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
I really shouldn't have that on there. Yo, Hurt, what up, dude? What's going on, man? Alright, let's see what Jeff's up to. Hurt with the 15-month resub. You guys know my buddies at Hoonigan. Make sure to give Hurt a follow, okay? He's a pretty damn good streamer, dude. Also pretty good at driving cars. Just putting it out there. Alright, let's peep this and see what we got. All lies. Yo, all lies. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see what we got.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ariane Cornell, Director of Astronaut Sales here at Blue Origin, and it is my pleasure to MC today's press conference with the newest international astronauts, the first human flight crew of New Shepard. Another round of applause. And without further ado, I think it is time to pin these four wonderful people.
There's a BE-4 behind her.
And with that,
Just
I'd like
saying.
to introduce to the stage Jeff Ashby, our Senior Director of Safety and Mission Assurance, as well as former Space Shuttle Commander. Jeff?
Wait, Jeff who?
I am deeply honored today to represent all of the Blue Origin employees, especially the New Shepard team, past and present, in awarding wings to the first four Blue Origin astronauts. These astronauts will wear a set of wings in the shape of letter A. The side pieces represent the road to space, and our feather logo is the crossbar. And at the top, a tiny blue sapphire to remind these folks that they are from planet Earth and that they have a mission to protect this home. With that said, Oliver, would you join me?
Hey, all right. Wait, he's not wearing clogs. What the heck's this about? They didn't make it easy. It's all right. He can fly a space shuttle. He's excused.
I practiced. Let me say something. Oliver, you have received a special gift of the astronaut perspective. I know that you will do good things with it and make the world a better place. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Mark, would you join me, please? I'm so excited for you guys.
Can you imagine being in a burning building and then have that guy save? That guy just pops in all Chad-like. You know he's a firefighter, right?
Yeah.
I know you want to.
I'm going to this.
Yeah. This guy just busting down your door.
Mark, I hope this
Come with me if you
experience
want to
will
live.
help you to continue to do the great
Yeah.
things you're doing for humankind.
Cowboy
Congratulations.
astronaut billionaire. Holy crap, Jeff is a cowboy astronaut billionaire. He's fulfilling Peter Griffin's dreams, man.
Jeff,
He's so nervous.
please.
Yeah, right?
happy. Thank you, Jeff.
Arian's like, All right, Jeff. Let's see what new Glenn's got, my dude.
There are a few people I know more deserving of this, Jeff. Seriously. And I don't know what you're going to do next, but I can't wait to watch. Congratulations.
Oh crap, I thought the other guy was Jeff. Dude, him and his brother look a lot alike. Nah, it's a cowboy hat. He's a cowboy astronaut millionaire. It's like that Family Guy joke, dude. Yeah,
Wally,
just tell everybody I'm a
would you
cowboy
join me?
astronaut millionaire. Hey, Wally! Alright. I like the other guy better. Don't tell him that.
And I get to pin this on.
Wow, the best spin I've ever had in my life. And I've had lots of them.
Wally, you continue to inspire us. Thank you so much for doing that. God bless you. Congratulations.
Thank you. More to come.
Excuse me, when Wally in space? When Wally in orbit, please? So, okay, if you guys are wondering, the reason why everybody's swooning over Wally was one of the first female FAA certified airline pilots, and she's an airliner pioneer. She has 19,000 hours on the flight deck of various aircraft. 19,000 hours is insane. That's like doctorate in piloting level of hours. It's unbelievable. And she was part of the Mercury 13 tests, which was an independent test. It was separate from NASA, but it was an independent test to see if women could go through astronaut training just like the men could. It was independent of NASA, but all the women, it proved that women could fly into space. She was quintessential of the early test program for women getting in space. It's really cool that she finally got to go.
All of the engineers at Blue Origin who have toiled hard to get this done. The people who build the vehicle, all of our manufacturing people. This is a big team. They've been working on it for many years, and they have done an extraordinary job of building the most reliable, most beautiful, most fun. I mean, I can vouch for that. I'll get to that in a second. Vehicle, and we owe them a deep gratitude. And the people who kept us safe today, who operated the vehicle, our trainers, everybody. It's just huge. I also want to thank the town of Van Horn. This is a small and amazing little town, you know, we're making a dent in it,
Jeff's
and
all
we
right.
appreciate you for allowing us to be part of your town. And then I want to thank every Amazon employee and every Amazon customer, because you guys paid for all of this. So seriously, for every Amazon customer out there and every Amazon employee, thank you from the bottom of my heart very much. It's very appreciated.
Classy. Very classy.
And, now
Classy.
on how it felt, oh my God! My expectations were high, and they were dramatically exceeded. We were talking about this a little bit in the car ride on the way back, and I don't know, the 0G piece may have been one of the biggest surprises because it felt so normal. It felt so almost like we were, as humans, evolved to be in that environment, which I know is impossible, but it felt so serene and peaceful, and the floating. It's actually much nicer than being in full one gravity. It's a very pleasurable experience, just from the way it feels, the tactfulness of it. The most profound piece of it for me was looking out at the Earth and looking at the Earth's atmosphere. Every astronaut, everybody who's been up into space, they say this, that it changes them, and they look at it and they're kind of amazed and awestruck by the Earth and its beauty, but also by its fragility. And I can vouch for that. When I look out, when we're sitting in this room and when we're driving our cars and we're moving around the planet in our normal ways, the atmosphere is so gigantic. We're these tiny little things, and the planet, the atmosphere is so big. But when you get up above it, what you see is it's actually incredibly thin. It's this tiny little fragile thing. And as we move about the planet, we're damaging it. And, so that is, that's a very profound. It's one thing to recognize that intellectually. It's another thing to actually see with your own eyes how fragile it really is. And that was amazing. Who wants to add?
Oliver, you want to tell us how it was? Our first paying customer. Feel like you got your money's worth, sir?
For sure. No, it was so amazing to see it from above and to move around. I totally agree. It feels so natural, almost like we should be doing this. And I hope that we are one of the first, and let's hope that many, many more people can do this, because this experience you should share with more and more people.
Amen.
It's so amazing.
And a special congratulations to you on becoming the youngest person to have ever flown in space.
Thank you.
So Oliver is Amazon's first paying customer to ride on New Shepard. So the rocket that goes up and comes back down. His dad actually bought the ticket. His dad's a hedge fund manager from the Netherlands, but him and his dad do all kinds of science outreach and STEM outreach and stuff. He's actually a pretty good kid, man. For 18, he's very well spoken.
Surprised. I mean, they had told us what G-forces would feel like on the way up, and
I don't think he was born when Amazon was founded, though, dude.
Anticipate, but,
I don't think he was alive yet.
You really feel him on the way up. It was incredibly exhilarating, and then on the way back down, what I had not anticipated. So we hit 5Gs briefly on the way back down.
Oh yeah, man,
and
that sounds like
that's
fun.
a lot of pressure, and unfortunately, during the
Havix, that's right.
The status check for each astronaut. By the time they got to astronaut demo, which was the name I was flying under, we were at 5Gs, and so they were like, "Astronaut demo, how you doing?" I'm doing okay. I had a hard time responding, but I'm not sure what that video footage will look like. Probably not very pretty, but it was so exciting.
If you haven't figured it out yet, Wally might be the oldest person ever in space, and Oliver the youngest person ever in space. My brother is the funniest person ever in space, for sure. I want to do a couple of more things before we maybe go to next questions, which is I want to recognize two people here in the audience. We are honored today.
Which one?
To have Alan Shepard's daughters, Laura and Julie. Could you stand up just briefly so we could say?
No way. Hold on.
And of course, Alan Shepard was a Apollo moonwalker and has a gigantic list of accomplishments. But for our purposes today, the thing that is most interesting about Alan Shepard is that he is the namesake for this vehicle, New Shepard, and that is because the mission profile that we did today is very similar to the one that Alan flew when he became the first American in space, I guess 60-ish years ago. So that is
60
we are
on the
very
dot,
honored
Jeff.
to have you guys here, and thank you for joining us.
Wow.
It's incredible.
God,
I
why is
got
he
some
so
pictures
classy?
With them backstage.
Stop being so
I know
classy,
those
man.
are getting blown up.
Damn, dude.
Thank you. So, and then I have a couple of things to show. Let's. Can we start? Do you want to talk about the couple of things we flew? Go ahead.
Well, we did. So we had the opportunity to bring with us. It was actually on loan from the Explorers Club. We were able to fly with a piece of canvas from the Wright Flyer. So the plane that the Wright brothers flew, we brought a piece of that canvas with us, which was really powerful, as well as a bronze medallion that was made from the first hot air balloon flight in 1783, which was the first time man ever left the Earth in controlled flight. So we were very thrilled to be able to bring both of those along with us.
And we brought those precious objects back.
Yes, we did. And the Explorers Club will be pleased to hear
Yes,
that.
they're very happy about that. And we have one more thing, which I would actually just like to show you. If you could, who has
what
the
a
goggles?
flex,
Could you
man,
please
right?
bring them up to me? Would you hold that for me?
This is incredible.
So, all right, why don't you stand so I can face it? This we also flew. These are Amelia Earhart's goggles, the ones she flew across the Atlantic with solo. And you can see she put tape over them to kind of have less light come in, because it was just so bright all the day, and she was flying for so long. And they're just. I like to think that if Amelia were here, she'd be very, very proud of Wally.
Oh, man, it's so classy. Stop being so classy. Oh, stop it.
I can't resist doing this. So, thank you, Amelia, wherever you
Yo,
are.
shouldn't they be
Hope
somewhere
you're
really
watching
safe?
all of this.
How did you get that? How did you get that? What the heck, man? Jeff, stop being so classy. It's ridiculous.
And well, on that
In a
note,
good way.
Wally,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, please go ahead.
Thank you, Lauren. Just reminded me. I have one more thing,
Oh.
which is, and Christina, I might need your help on this, but Mom, could you come up for a second? Where's my mom? Okay, you don't have to come up. I can come to you.
I know, Reagan. That's really cool.
I wore this necklace, and it is a Blue Origin feather, and I wore it up into space, and now it's for you.
Hey. Mama Bezos.
I would put it on her myself, but I would need my reading glasses.
This is making me like Jeff Bezos
Okay.
more.
and now Wally. Last but not least, Amelia Earhart. What a lovely transition. An aviation icon and now an aerospace, a space icon. What was it like?
Woo! I can't tell you. I had such a good instructor. He took us through everything that we were going to do. So when I went up this morning, the noise wasn't quite as bad, and we went right on up, and I saw darkness. I thought I was going to see the world, but we weren't quite high enough. And I felt great. I felt like I was
She's
just
82.
laying down. I was just laying down, and I was going into space. And I want to thank you, sweetheart, because you made it possible for me. I've been waiting a long time to finally get it up there, and I've done a lot of astronaut training through the world, Russia, America, and I could always beat the guys on what they were doing because I was always stronger, and I've always done everything on my own. And I didn't do dolls. I did outside stuff. and I flew airplanes. I had over 19,000 some hours. I loved it. And I loved being here with all of you and your family and the four of us. We had a great time. It was wonderful. I want to go again fast.
Yeah, she got the right stuff. Hell yeah.
And
Want to
then,
go fast.
when I got off the ship, they gave me the tail end of one of the balloons, and I'm going to cherish that forever.
That's old school.
And by the way, we can confirm that Wally once again in training outperformed the men on the mission. 100%.
I was going to say, she beat all the three boys up to the top of the crew access tower. Everybody saw that. There's video footage.
We have proof.
Indeed, darling, you did. You did. Well, so Wally
awesome.
Funk.
It's so
now,
cool.
the world's
So
oldest
cool.
astronaut to have ever gone to space, and perhaps the first founding member of our Blue Origin frequent flyer program. Sounds like she's ready for it.
When I do lectures or wherever I am around the world in the United States, I'm only 45.
Noted. Keep OG, guys. Write
You're
that
being
down.
generous. I keep
Wally
saying
Funk,
every time somebody says,
45.
"Oh, she's 82." I think there's a typo. You're 28, Wally. We know this. Well, thank you so much for giving
Yep,
us your
parameter
questions.
G.
But
Write that down.
Let's see it with our own eyes. I'd like to roll the tape of what it was like in the crew capsule.
Oh, sweet inside footage. Here we go.
That's incredible.
Oh, I'd be looking out the window. The hell with 0G. I'd be looking out the window.
Hey, look. Oliver. Move your head just a little.
That's great.
Can you move your head a little, Wally?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Mom. I love it.
Oh, wow. Look at the blackness of space. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's so damn cool. I would do this in a heartbeat, guys.
Oh, yeah. Ding dong balls. Ready?
Woohoo!
Here it comes. Yeah, you just have to wait for it. Who wants a Skittle?
Oh, yeah. Turn one.
Skittles is going, yes! 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 Oh, sweet!
Yeah! Well done! Here,
Space Skittles!
Here it goes.
Give me some tropical fruit bubblicious. And some Skittles.
No, awesome.
Yeah, you see him, he's like, oh, what up?
Oh my god. This is incredible. Enjoy
Oh,
that.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's a little different. I cannot.
Oh, wow. Guys, take a moment to look outside.
Wonderful.
Woo!
That was a good catch.
Wally was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just saying that was a good catch.
Wally, was it everything you expected and more? You've been waiting, as you said, 60
Oh,
years
yeah.
to experience this.
I loved every minute of it. I just wish it a little longer because I had been in space before. Not in space, but up in that area, and could do a lot more rolls and twists and so forth. But there was not quite enough room for all four of us to do all those things. So it was great. I loved it. I could hardly wait to go again.
Amen.
Yeah.
Next stop for you is the moon, Wally.
Yes, sir.
Is
Any
he
other
kidding?
impressions now having seen
I don't.
the
I'm not
video?
sure. Is he kidding?
Is it one of those
I don't think.
things
I'm
where
not
you
sure if
just
he's
took it in
sure.
and it's hard to compare
Like,
the
is he
video?
serious?
What are
Like,
the sensations
I don't
that
think he's
come
kidding.
from having seen that right now?
I don't think
Felt
he's
way cooler
kidding.
than it looked.
Well, so after, of course, their 4 minutes of weightlessness, the fun that
sorry,
you
guys.
had, of course, we got you buckled back in, and you descended under those beautiful 3 parachutes. I think we've got another video here of your descent back to our beautiful West Texas Valley. Why don't we roll that right now?
I don't think he's. I think he's serious, guys. It was awesome,
I
Badger.
felt pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a really good
That's true.
cast.
When you see the
It
3
was,
main shoots out,
really
it's
good.
relaxing.
like,
That was
real
so
good.
Easy. It was just incredible.
Can Wally be the next person to land on the moon? Can we do that? Is that doable?
Well, that's because it's actually the dust kicked up by a cushion of air that makes you only hit it about 1 mile an hour. It feels like if you were to stand up in your chair and just kind of plop down.
That's Oliver's dad right there. And there's Jeff's mom. Jeff's mom is like, okay, all right, okay, too much.
And
Our
what
family was happy to see us. That's a good sign.
what was that moment like coming back and seeing your friends and your family here? You have supported them or they have supported you, that is, your dreams to get to this point. Oliver, your father is here. Joseph, thank you so much for being here. What was that like?
Yeah, well, he was a bit more emotional than I would have thought. Like, everyone on the ground was way more emotional than we were. We were just having fun.
It's so true. Yeah. Yeah, I think that our family has been extremely supportive through all of this, and I think that you know, I know that my wife was an absolute rock leading up to this, which made you know, the adventure much easier for me. But I know that when we came down, it was sort of time to let those emotions out a little bit. So it was great to see everybody, and yeah, it was a little more emotional than I had anticipated as well.
Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I wasn't that nervous, but my family was
They do look
somewhat
alike,
anxious about this, and so it was so sweet actually to get hugged by them after landing, especially my kids and Lauren and my mom and dad and really all of you guys. And, you know, we have a bunch of close friends here too, and it just makes me realize how much I love you and
It's the
how
Vin
much
Diesel
I'm
look he has.
loved.
Sorry, it's just family.
And Wally, your friend Mary is here.
Yes, I am so happy she's here. She knows what I'm going through. She was one of my flight students, and I've had many, over 3,000 flight students, and I don't know if they're going to get to see this or not, but I felt so charged. I was not nervous. I was just normal person going up into space, and that's what I wanted to feel. Nothing here.
I can confirm that Wally was never nervous.
She was wondering what was taking so long.
It's true. We had a 6-minute hold on the pad, and Wally was like, "Are we gonna go or not? What the hell?
We're burning daylight. Let's go."
But then, Wally, once we got you going fast, going over Mach 3, and it's this beautiful rocket behind us here, our New Shepard rocket that got the team
Pretty damn
up to
cool,
space.
man.
And by the way, it also, of course, made its landing back on the landing pad. Why don't we take a look at that landing that we have here?
This though. Dude, the drone shot! The freaking drone shot, man! Buttery smooth. Oh, that's so terrific. Holy cow.
Woo! That was a bullseye.
Very cool.
Absolutely, bullseye. Jeff, a beautiful piece of engineering that our team here at Blue Origin
Gary?
has developed. Would you like to talk to us a bit about why we chose vertical takeoff, vertical landing, being powered by this BE3 engine?
Yeah.
Because today is not the end, right?
Yeah.
We're going further with this technology.
No, that's a helpful question because the fact of the matter is that the architecture and the technology we have chosen is complete overkill for a suborbital tourism mission. We have chosen the vertical landing architecture. Why do we do that? Because it scales. It's an architecture that can grow to very large size, and so we want to have experience with architectures that can grow big to New Glenn and one day to New Armstrong. So to have the idea that you want to build big from the beginning lets you choose an architecture, because the whole point of doing this is to get practice. And other kinds of architectures don't scale in the same way to very large size. Vertical landing does. In fact, you can think
Told
about
you
it
about
very
Neil
easily,
Armstrong.
because if you try to,
Fake,
when
huh?
you are landing
Okay.
a rocket vertically, you are solving what's called the inverted pendulum problem, and you are balancing a broomstick on the tip of your finger. And you can balance a
That's
broomstick
right.
on the tip of your finger. You know what you cannot balance on the tip of your finger? A pencil. So basically, the smaller the object, the harder it is to balance. As the object gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it gets easier and easier and easier to balance. It's very simple because it just has more momentum, so it's easier to get under it. So that architecture scales,
right.
that's why we chose it. And then the second thing that is a very puzzling architecture choice for most people who know a lot about rockets, you would never choose liquid hydrogen for a suborbital tourism mission. It's completely unnecessary. It's the most powerful, highest performing rocket fuel in the world. And there are two reasons we chose it. The first is again, practice. We chose that propellant because
Lunar lander.
it is what you see behind me is basically the second stage of New Glenn. And so every time we fly this tourism mission, we're practicing flying the second stage of New Glenn. And that's where you really do want hydrogen, on the second stage of a vehicle that is designed not only to go into low Earth orbit, but to bodies outside of low Earth orbit. And then
New Glenn stage
the
is
other
landing
reason
on
we
the moon
chose
when?
it is because it is the most environmentally benign propellant you can choose. When you burn hydrogen and oxygen, you get H2O. H2O is water.
Yep.
And so that is another thing. For a tourism mission, that was really important to us as well. So that's why we chose this architecture you see behind me, and the engineering team did an incredible job. They also really built two vehicles. What you see is not really a vehicle, because I can assure you the escape system was at least as complicated, hard to design, and to test and demonstrate as the main booster itself. So it's almost like building a whole separate vehicle. And I'm also extremely happy we didn't test it today.
Fair.
Thank you so much. Again, congratulations to you all. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Linda Mills, Head of Communications here at Blue Origin.
I want to hear Jeff talk
start
more
the
about
press
rockets.
conference. Thank you very much.
Jeff, talk more about rockets, please.
Let's give another round of applause to our amazing, newly minted astronaut.
Fellas, everything he said was right. That was exactly correct. I couldn't say it better myself if I was teaching people about it. That was right. That was all spot on, dude.
It's been a long day for all of you.
Wally can drop the mic. That's fine.
Smiling. Thank you.
Sorry about
Thank
the
you.
encoder, fellas.
So we'll be able to
I can't
take a
fix the
few
banding.
questions, and then we'll just pose for a few photos. So, Rachel, why don't you start? Rachel with
Wait a
CNN.
minute. Wait a minute.
Congratulations, you guys, on
What
your
is that?
astronaut wings.
Thank you, Rachel.
Jeff, you have said in the past that the work you're doing with Blue Origin is the most
Yo,
important.
that's a B3.
You've recently stepped down as CEO of Amazon. Can we expect for you to be more hands-on with Blue Origin? Is this going to be your new focus?
Yes, so I'm going to split my time between Blue Origin and the Bezos Earth Fund. So the Bezos Earth Fund is about climate change and sustainability, and that is those two things. And there's going to be a third thing,
B3
and
is
maybe
the
a fourth thing, but I don't know what those are yet.
New
I'm not very
stages.
good at doing one thing.
Are you going to be flying again soon?
Hell yes. Like, how fast can you refuel that thing? Let's go.
All right, next question. Let's go. Reuters.
Oh, I like him. I like Jeff. Jeff's all right. Technical aspects
So
about
Eric
new
asked
rockets.
about the cadence and the capabilities.
Okay, we're going to fly human missions twice more this year. And what we do in the following year, I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out, and what the cadence will eventually be. We want the cadence to be very high, and one thing we've found out through the auction process and what we've been doing is private sales, we're approaching $100 million in private sales already, and the demand is very, very high. So we're going to keep after that because we really do want to practice with this vehicle. So we're going to have to build more boosters and to fly more frequently, and we're going to be doing that and working on all the operational things we need to do, all the things we learn. What practice does is let you get better, and we want to be able. Right now, we have a mission life. We think somewhere between 25 and 100 flights for one of these vehicles. We like to make that closer to 100 than to 25, and then once it's close to 100, we'll push it past 100. That's how you get operational usability. You have to remember. Big things start small. I told this crew when we got in today and we were sitting there on the pad waiting to lift off, we had time to ourselves, and I just said, guys, if you're willing, let me invite you when we get up there, and after, there's gonna be all kinds of adrenaline, all kinds of excitement, all kind of novelty, but take a minute, take a few seconds to look out and calmly think about what we're doing is not only adventure, it is adventure and it is fun, but it's also important because what we're doing is the first step of something big. And I know what that feels like. I did it 3 decades ago, almost 3 decades ago, with Amazon. And big things start small. But you can tell when you're onto something. And this is important. We're going to build a road to space so that our kids and their kids can build the future. And we need to do that. We need to do that to solve the problems here on Earth. This is not about escaping Earth. Every time I read an article about people wanting to escape Earth, no. The whole point is, this is the only good planet in this solar system. We've sent robotic probes to all of them. This is the only good one. I promise you. And we have to take care of it. And if you go into space and see how fragile it is, you'll want to take care of it even more. And that's what this is about. We have to take, and this is going to take decades, this is a big vision, but big things start small. And this is how it starts. And we are going to build an infrastructure. Just like when I started Amazon, I didn't have to build the Postal Service or Royal Mail or Deutsche Post. There were already gigantic worldwide infrastructure to deliver packages. That infrastructure today is for space just way too expensive and it doesn't work. But if we can practice with this suborbital tourism mission and continue and build bigger and bigger vehicles, timelines on New Armstrong and so on, I can't really give you because we don't know. But what I can tell you is we're going to keep working at those things step by step, ferociously. And I want to emphasize the ferociously.
All right, we have time for one last question. And Tom Costello with NBC.
Tom Costello with NBC News. Congratulations to all
You
of
might,
you.
Endo.
Jeff, to follow up on that question and your discussion there, how do you make this more reasonable for everyday people who would like to fly?
How do you make it more reasonable for everyday people flying? How do you bring the cost down? So it's going to be more accessible.
It's a great question. How do you bring the cost down over time so it's more accessible to everyone? You've got to do it the same way we did it with commercial airline travel. You know, we're really almost in the barnstormer phase, right? So these are biplanes, and they're flying into a farmer's field and charging a small price to fly people around for a few minutes in the air. That's what we're doing right now. But you know where that barnstorming phase leads? To 787s. And that's what we have to do.
All right, let's give a hand. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for questions today. These astronauts have had a very long day. So let's give another round of applause for our astronauts. And then Jeff, you had one more thing.
Yeah, guys, I have one more thing. I have a little surprise for you. I am announcing today a new philanthropic initiative, and if you could put the slide up so people can see it. It is called the Courage and Civility Award. It recognizes leaders who aim high and who pursue solutions with courage and who always do so with civility. Well, let me tell you how I feel about this. I feel strongly enough I actually wrote something down. We live in a world where sometimes, instead of disagreeing with someone's ideas, we question their character or their motives. And guess what? After you do that, it's pretty damn hard to work with that person. And really what we should always be doing is questioning ideas, not the person. Ad hominem attacks have been around a long time, but they don't work, and they've been amplified by social media. We need unifiers and not vilifiers. We want people who argue hard and act hard for what they truly believe, but they do that always with civility and never ad hominem attacks.
Amen.
And unfortunately, we live in a world where this is too often not the case. But we do have role models. And this award, do you have another slide here? Go ahead. It's first, I didn't tell you what the award was yet. I thought there was a slide for that. Here's what the award is. You see who the first recipient is. But let me tell you what the award is. The Courage and Civility Award is a $100 million award so that the awardee, the recipient, can give $100 million to the charities, the nonprofits of their choice. And these are people who have demonstrated courage. By the way, it's easy to be courageous, but also mean. Try being courageous and civil. Try being courageous and a unifier. That's harder and way better and makes the world better. So we have 2 awardees today. They'll each be getting $100 million to direct to the charities of their choice as they see fit. No bureaucracy, no committees, they just do what they want. They can give it all to their own charity or they can share the wealth. It's up to them. And the first Courage and Civility Award goes to Van Jones. Van, come on up.
You think he knew? Hey, all right.
Thank you, brother.
No, he didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know.
Sometimes dreams come true.
Hey, all right.
Sometimes dreams come true. And the headlines around the world should be, anything's possible if you believe. And
say it again, man. Say it again.
Lauren and Jeff don't do nothing small, man. They don't do anything small. They just don't do it. They dream big, they love big, and they bet big. And you bet on me, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you, the only thing I worry about when you say courage, I haven't always been courageous, but I know the people who are. And they get up every day on the front lines, grassroots communities. They don't have much, but they're good people, and they fight hard, and they don't have enough support. Can you imagine grassroots folks from Appalachia, from the hood, Native American reservations, having enough money to be able to connect with the geniuses that have disrupted the space industry, disrupted taxis and hotels and bookstores, to start disrupting poverty, to start disrupting pollution, to start disrupting the $90 billion prison industry together. If you take people on the front lines and their wisdom and their genius and their creativity, and you give them a shot, they're not just going to turn around neighborhoods, they're going to turn around this nation. That's what's going to happen. And I appreciate you for lifting the ceiling off of people's dreams. You have lifted the ceilings off of the dreams of humanity today. And that's an important thing. Don't be mad about it. When you see somebody reaching for the heavens, be glad. There's a lot more heaven up there to reach for. And we can do that together. And the last thing I'll say is this.
Good man.
If this small group of people can make miracles happen in outer space, a bigger group of people can make miracles happen down here, and we're going to do it. Thank you very much.
Well said. Let's go. Space
Hey
for
guys,
everybody.
can you roll the little
Everybody.
video we put together about Van Jones? Can you roll that little video, please? Short video.
Van has been a part of much change. He has birthed a number of different grassroots community organizations. He also helped us bring together climate justice and racial justice, and what that meant in particular for low-income communities of color.
You can't live in a country where you just have sacrifice zones, whether it's talking about South Central or Appalachia or the Rust Belt, and no political party stands up for them effectively.
He was always so ahead of the curve that a lot of people didn't understand him. So that was always hard to watch, because I know his love for people and for justice. It doesn't matter to him what people say. He continues to do the work that needs to be done.
I think about what he's done within the criminal justice system, what he's done with making bipartisanship real. Not just what think tanks are doing, not researching the idea, not exploring in history how bipartisanship worked. He's been rolling up his sleeves, he's been doing the work in real life.
I mean, tuning, you could say that, but he just freaking, $100 million for poverty right there.
Van Jones is going to
good, man.
do something amazing with that $100 million. I don't know what yet. I bet he doesn't know what yet. But it's in your hands, Van Jones. However you're going to do it,
it's in your hands, Van Jones.
We had lunch together a couple weeks ago, and he told me that he was just trying to tell me some of his life story, and he mentioned that when he was a young activist, he was angry. There's a big transformation that happened over the years. He said that the acronym that he used was RAP, so for reward and punishment. And if the mayor or whoever it was that they were going up against did something they liked, they rewarded them. And if they did something they didn't like, they punished them. And he said, honestly, Jeff, I wasn't very good at the reward part. I really focused on the punishment part. And then he changed. I mean, he really, the transformation, when you hear his story, is unbelievable and profound and inspiring. And you can always, and I think about this for myself, you wake up every night when you go to sleep, you get the chance to wake up better tomorrow. Now, we have another awardee. Let's roll that video.
What would be enough, Tony? Honest question.
Jose Andres calls himself a pilgrim from Spain, a chef who arrived here 20 years ago with just $50 in his pocket, but these days it's hard to call him anything less than an amazing American success story.
I know you.
His love of his fellow men and women, his love of eating, which he shares with all of us. He is bigger than life, a force of nature, and a real gift.
Michelin-starred chef who has won James Beard Awards for both Outstanding Chef and Humanitarian of the Year.
Jose Andres is turning several of his D.C. and New York City restaurants into community kitchens.
He has helped feed those in disaster areas in the U.S. and around the world.
Every time I meet you, it's because there's a disaster somewhere in the world, and like a superhero of food, you've stepped in to help feed people.
He wants to bring people together, and he uses food to do that.
Someone who's extremely generous and give back so much to people in need without asking anything.
Jose, please come on up. And he makes a hell of a paella too, I'll tell you.
My guy.
I'm so honored. I'm really grateful for this award and the incredible support from you, Jeff, and the entire Bezos family. World Central Kitchen was born from the simple idea that food has the power to create a better world. A plate of food is a plate of hope. It's the fastest way to rebuild life and communities. And this award itself cannot feed the world on its own. But this is the start of a new chapter for us. It allows us to think beyond the next hurricane to the bigger challenges we face. You know, people of the world, now is the time to think really big, to solve hunger with the first urgency of now. You know, the only thing we want to do is revolutionize disaster and hunger relief. You know, people don't want our pity. People want our respect. It's the least we can do is be next to them when things get tough. We want to double food aid around the world. And we want to change the way 3 billion people, mainly women, cook their food today, from dirty cook stoves to clean cook stoves.
Clean all the stoves.
Globally, but we feed locally. And the pandemic drove tens of millions into hunger and starvation this year. The climate crisis is driving millions more across borders. We can and we must respond together. Governments, business, non-profits, every single citizen. Out of empathy, for sure, but also to keep our world safe, stable, and sustainable. We will be there with our boots on the ground when disaster strikes. But we will also shoot for the stars, Jeff. Fighting hunger and the causes of hunger.
because, you know, whether you are on the ground or on the top of the world, it's obvious that we, the people, we are one people, one planet, sharing our daily bread together. I always say that I believe in longer tables, no higher walls. So, you know, Jeff, let's go and let's feed the world. Thank you. Thank you.
Longer
Dan, Jose, do you
tables
wanna come
and
to
not
the
higher walls. That's incredible, Jose. And I don't know what you're going to do yet, but I know whatever it is, you'll figure something amazing out to do. I know you will. And you're just an inspiration, a huge inspiration. Thank you.
And we're going to take a photo if that's all right. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think a lot of our journalists would love to get a photo of the three of you.
Hey, fellas, I get it. Like, people want to be critical, dude, and that's fine. But hey, you know, be the change that you want to see. That's what I do. You know, be the change that you want to see. You know, you think the world needs to be a better place, be the change you want to see. Simple as that, dude. But remember, we can solve this stuff. We can solve our problems down here and up there at the same time. In fact, problems that we solve up there can help us solve problems down here. Just remember that, okay? It's an important thing to understand. We do both of these things, man. We're humans. We're smarter than that. We're way smarter than that.
Well, you put a lot of work into coming to this launch and supporting us, and I hope you had some fun, and I hope that it was inspiring for you as well. But and no matter what, thank you for coming. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. What we're going to do next is we're going to have the opportunity for you to get back onto the coaches. We're going to take some photos at our landing pad. And so there will be some marked areas for you to stand behind. I just ask that you follow our guides to do that. And so media, please exit out the back. Thank you.
They did a good job. They did a good job. A lot of respect gained. But hey, what did I tell you, dude? He's a freaking space nutcase. The guy's a space nutcase. Starting to change my mind, but dude, I was saying this before this, man. He's not as, I don't think he's as big of a jerk as people make him out to be, dude. He just doesn't talk very much. I think that's over now. I think you're gonna see a lot more of him speak, and I'm telling you, you'll probably like what you see. Now, you know, once again, I get it. Now, that does not put him above criticism. No one is. Not me, not Wario over there. Nobody. Wait a minute. Why is my hand behind Gary? I got the whole Gary in my hand. No, nobody's above criticism, dudes. So, criticism is fine. Just remember, be the change that you want to see. That's what he said. That's what Jeff said himself. Just remember that. That's what I try to do here, man. I not torture myself, man. It's not like my job is the hardest, you know, but I take this stuff really serious. Oh, Gary, come back. Gary, where'd you go? There we go. Here we go. All right, cool. You know, I take what I do here pretty damn serious, and, you know, I'm trying to show people this stuff and how cool it is to get you to start getting the gears turning so you can go do something that, you know, you'll be happy with. Yeah, Pharaoh, I think we're gonna hear. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Dwap, you know, once again, Jeff's a classy dude, real classy dude. I'm impressed. He could be up there and just be like, look at what I did, you know, but he didn't do that. Some other people did that. Yeah, Neil Armstrong confirmed. Yeah, Phil. Remember when I was talking about Neil Armstrong and somebody linked that post and Neil Armstrong doesn't exist. That's not anything. I'm an employee at Blue Origin. I was an employee there. Neil Armstrong doesn't exist. Yeah, remember that part? Yeah. Wrong. The who, the her, User? Sorry. Zoe, you did a good job. And once again, I understand people criticizing. I get it. You know, it's fine. Just remember, be the change that you want to see, dudes. That's the I think that's the important message to come away from this. Did he announce Neil Armstrong? He confirmed it. Just got here. Did he give any details on it? Details are still up in the air, demo, but he confirmed that it's real. He confirmed that it's a plan that they're going to do. And now, once again, I get it. A lot of people plan on stuff. A lot of people plan on this. A lot of people plan on that. Do you really think he's not going to do it? I have no doubts. It'd be nice to not have multi-billion-dollar companies fighting against the change we sometimes try to be. I mean, Kennedy said that all things that are hard to achieve come at a pretty good price, dude. If you're going to go against the tide, like that, be prepared, right? A lot of people disagree with things that I say on here. That's fine. I don't care. You know, but I'm not going to get off my post about teaching people about rockets and teaching people about mechanics and teaching people about, you know, any type, like industrial tech or factories or whatever. You know, it's something that I always will push for. Oh, and people disagree with me. Leahy, you yourself have disagreed with me on things, and that's fine. I don't think less of you for it. And you shouldn't, I don't think you would think less of me for it. I mean, some people might, and that's fine. That's okay. But, you know, I'm not going to stop trying to get in here and trying to, you know, kids that are just sitting home playing video games all day, I'm not going to not stop trying to get them to realize that, you know, you got to go to school if you want to do this stuff. I wish I had somebody that was up my tail as much as I get up some viewers' tails, you know. But education and getting a good education and is a good way, and is a good way to, you know, lift yourself out of, you know, whatever bad situation you might be in. Yeah, RT for sure. Yeah, maybe Forge, who knows? Sorry, I think I've jumped in the wrong parallel universe. Well, Pharaoh, there have been people that I disagree with. There have been people people say in chat, you know, my impulse reaction is to act like a frigging child and be like, no, that's dumb, get out of here, I hate you. You know what I mean? But, like I said, be the change, be in control of your freaking emotions and have conversations with people. You never know what you're going to learn. Of course, I'm not trying to rain on the progress made today. Gain respect for Bezos as well. Just pointing out that individual change is nigh impossible when there are real forces working to keep the growth status quo, wealth, and equality standards of living. Yeah, I mean, I guess, Leahy, I mean, I suppose. I mean, I don't know, dude. I guess I understand where you're coming from. I mean, look, dude, I came from nothing from the stream, dude. Like if I can only use personal anecdotes, I suppose. If we're gonna talk about that, like, dude, I was working on a loading dock and delivering pizzas before I started doing this. You know, I was able to grow. You know, and look, like, Twitch is owned by Amazon. Amazon is under the Bezos enterprise bubble. Like, look at what it's done for me. And all that got me here was hard work. You know, hard work and damn dedication to what I do. I mean, and I guess it's just a personal anecdote. Like, I'm not going to say that my family was not well off. Like, we're not pretty solid middle class, my folks. Like, yeah, pretty solid middle class, but look at what I've been able to parry it into. You know, like, everybody says, like, oh, it'd be nice if there wasn't a whole thing working against it, but I think I'm a pretty damn good story of how that's not... Dude, I went against the tide. That's not exactly true. In Leahy, I think it's more on a case-to-case basis, and that's fine. And I'm not saying we shouldn't help everybody either. Shouldn't help folks that, you know, let them know. Yeah, dude, everybody has their own thing, man. Like, you gotta do some work from time to time, and going against the tide is hard, man. It's tough. I have to compete with all the other streamers that are getting thousands more viewers than me. You know, how many people out there really want to go and do a science and engineering stream and be entertained here and stay here, you know? How many? I don't know. But that's never, that thought itself, you know, that there's other streamers out there that get thousands more viewers than me never stopped me. You know? The macro societal issues is not looking good. Well, Leahy, I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, yeah, dude, even if we have problems, we have the problems nowadays, dude. Even if we have those problems nowadays, you got to be the change that you want to see. Anybody can sit there and point out a friggin' problem. It takes balls to solve that damn problem. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, if that's what you think needs to change, and that's what you think you need to do to make the world a better place and pay it forward, then friggin' do it, man. And don't let anybody try and stop you. You know, after Neil Armstrong, they're gonna run out of names. Technology working to slow and stop the destructive forces of capital interest that it was born from. I don't know, man. Like, I've never really gotten on the whole capitalism evil thing. Look, don't get me wrong. Every system has its problems, dude, and I understand that. But yeah, I guess, man, I don't know. I mean, New Young next, my man. New Bezos, nah. I wonder what the new Lindbergh is going to be. Why is it called New Armstrong? Well, Meta, this New Shepard is called... New Shepard is named after Alan Shepard, which was the first American to enter space behind Yuri Gagarin. Alan Shepard launched in 1961 on a Mercury Redstone rocket into space, and he followed a very similar, actually a pretty damn similar trajectory to New Shepard. Alan Shepard's flight was a little more parabolic, so he went a little more due east, not just straight up. But yeah, New Shepard is named after Alan Shepard. New Glenn is named after John Glenn. John Glenn was the first American to orbit the Earth, not the first person. The first person, once again, was Yuri Gagarin in April of 1961. Shep was right after him, but it was only a suborbital flight. The Redstone rocket didn't have enough delta V to put somebody into space. The Atlas rocket, though, had way more. That's partly because of its stainless steel balloon tank. So halfway through the Mercury program, they switched to carrier rocket. They did two human flights on Redstone, and then switched to Atlas. I guess, Leahy, I mean, I don't know, man. I think our mind naturally focuses on bad, dude. It's just human. That's just human nature. We focus on bad. Like, there are worse ways to do civilization than how we have it set up, dude. At least our system accounts for change, man. That's very important, you know. But hey, once again, be the change that you want to see. You want to be, you believe in altruism, well, be altruistic. Simple as that, man. I ultimately think that hard work raises your economic floor, but luck determines the ceiling. It's really tough to equalize people when luck is such a determining factor. Demo, dude, yeah, no doubt. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not a lottery to an extent. It absolutely is. But chance favors the prepared, man. Chance favors the prepared. I firmly believe that, dude. Look, if I started streaming today, if I started streaming right now instead of 10 years ago, or 9 years ago, I guess, would I be as successful as I am today? Hell no, not a chance. I was in the right place at the right time. I improved my odds of success. You always should improve your odds of success. And that is understanding whatever you're trying to get into. For instance, if you want to get into a good college, right? You want to get into a good college? Extracurricular activities. Show them that you want to be there. That's improving your odds. That's chance favoring the prepared. Simple as that. Do I want to be successful here in teaching what I teach here? Well, I best know what the hell I'm talking about. Sometimes I still get it wrong, but I best know what the heck I'm talking about. Does he do this full time? Yes, Chaotic. Let's get back to space jokes. Hey, like I said, dudes, I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I might disagree on some things, but dude, people can disagree on things. That's fine. You know, I disagree with people that say that the Yankees are a good baseball team. You know, they can be wrong. It's fine. It's all right. No, baseball jokes aside. Yeah, no, hey, let's work together, man. Let's be the change that we want to see. Oh, whoa now. Better than the Red Sox. Who's leading the AL East right now? Oh, not the Yankees. That's right. I'll allow it. Jeffrey Bezos. Yeah, dude, you guys got to remember, man. We're still lifting people up. I mean, the economic mobility in this country is insane. Jeff Bezos started as a line cook at McDonald's, if you really want to know. Started as a line cook at McDonald's. Breakfast shift. And it's like what Wally says. What Wally Funk said. If you want it, you're gonna automatically prepare yourself more than other people. You know? We can do it, dudes. We can change this place. We can change it. We can be the change we want to see, though. It's gonna take hard work, but we can get there. I'm convinced. You know? We want funk. Slap. Play Minecraft? Well, I said I was going to play Kerbal all today, DV, because I didn't play Kerbal last night. There's going to be a lot of Kerbal this week again, dudes. Yeah, we're talking about Rounders, drummer. Don't worry about it. Your HR and CFO both committed to Kerbal. I see what you did there. Is that Elon as Wario? No, that's just Wario. Stop Italian hate, Gohaku. I didn't think that sketch was funny when I first watched it on SNL, but as it ages, it gets funnier. What did you do prior to streaming? Chaotic, on paper, so if you looked at my resume, I worked on a loading dock at a Best Buy, at a Hub Best Buy store, so like a loading dock for a 50,000 square foot Best Buy, 532 Framingham, Mass. Represent. And then before that, I delivered pizzas. I was a pizza delivery driver when I started streaming. I have a bachelor's degree in computer animation, so I know how to work with CAD systems, for instance. I can work with CAD. I can make stuff in CAD. I can make video game assets. I can make models for KSP if I really want to. I could have modeled the X-33 and just put it in the game and made it fly 1,000 times better than our freaking panel fortress of a space plane that we made. But see, like, look, man, I graduated college in 2008. I was only 20 years old in August of 2008. Think about that for a second. You know, people are going to come in here and say, like, you know, oh, things are working against you. Things are working against you. I graduated college in the middle of 2008. Not a good time to go looking for a job, if you remember that. Not a good time. But look, man, look at what I've turned around, dude. You know, everybody has adversity to overcome. I worked my butt off to get here. I worked my butt off. But look at me. Like, that was probably the worst time in human history to graduate college. I can only think somebody that graduated from college in 1929 would have it worse off, or 1940. You know. No, but we saw some inside footage during the press conference. Popsicle, yeah. You know, or COVID, yeah. I don't think COVID is as bad as the recession, personally, but maybe it's just because I was a wee lad during the recession. That was a terrible time. I went from, you know, trying to get a job in the video game industry, and then when I couldn't find anything, I started working in stocking shelves in the grocery store that I thought I would never work at, that I worked at during high school. I had 2 jobs during high school. I worked in a pizza store and a Papagino's. If you're from the Northeast, you know what that means. And then I worked in the local ma and pa store stocking the shelves. And I left that in 2006, and then I came back to it in 2009. That was my first job out of college, stocking groceries for pretty much the same price, same wage that I had in high school. Dude, I've come a pretty damn long way. What level was your Best Buy at? I used to work at a 5. I think it was it was a hub store demo. Like, I don't know if you were around for hub stores, but it was a hub store with the expanded stock. We had Magnolia Home Theater, and they had the upgraded appliance department and the upgraded phone department. We had everything was fully upgraded, dude. You know, like, you know, it's easy to say, oh, the tide's working against me. Tide worked against me. Didn't stop me. I never let that bother me. Demo, hey, what doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, homie. I mean, everybody has their own challenges to overcome. Everybody comes from all different walks of life, all capabilities and limitations. You know, you got to, but you can't take your foot off the gas pedal. You know, if overcoming adversity was an easy thing to do, everyone would do it. Your time for revenge is at hand. Yeah, well, the ZF1. It's light, handy, adjustable, good for riders and lefties. Yeah, pack. Yeah, oh, pack. That brings me back, dude. How hot is it over there? 81. 81 in human right now, drummer. In here, though, it's working fine. Actually, since I taped up I went over these windows and I taped them all up to keep the, to try and see if the wasps were coming in the windows. And since I've taped it up, I taped it up more. I had it taped up previously, but I got actual ducting tape. Taped it up. It stays nice and cool in here now. That's outside. Inside here is 74. I just landed a gig at Verizon doing sales for like 40K. So better. Hey, demo, just bide your time. Bide your time, improve your odds, dude. Did I ever go to a Sonny's, the affordable outdoor store? No, Invoker. God, it's awful. We don't have air conditioning. So, drummer, go buy a 5-gallon bucket from the hardware store. Water and ice cubes. Put water and put ice cubes in it. Seriously, here, you don't have an air conditioner. Here, I can make you one. I'm gonna MacGyver this thing. All right, so get a bucket. Get a bucket. Fill it with cold water. Cold water and ice cubes. Go to that same hardware store and get some copper pipes. Seriously, get some copper pipes. And then wind the copper pipes into something like this. And then do that into a coil like that. Get a fan. And have the fan blow on the copper. Boom. Air conditioner. Right there. That will cool. Hey, Perky, 38-month resub. That'll keep you cool. That'll cool stuff really well, actually. If you get some pipes, get a fish tank pump too. Yeah, I mean, you could just put the copper in there. You don't need to circulate, but if you circulate the cold water through the copper, yeah, oh yeah, it'll work even better. It's a swamp cooler. That's right, Perky. Yep. That's just a swamp cooler. It's, dude, you could go to the hardware store, spend like, I don't know, 30, 40 quid at the hardware store. And cold water. You don't have cold water and ice cubes? Go to the gas station and buy one. You guys sell ice at your gas stations over there? Seriously, it'll take like 30 minutes. You get everything you need. Go buy a fan, some copper pipe, bend it into a coil, and get a cold bucket of water. There's your air conditioner. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not a closed cycle air conditioner, right? With a condenser and evaporator. You just made a condenser. That's it. You don't have an evaporator. But it'll work as long as you keep the water cold and put the cold water in there. It'll exchange the heat with the air. The cold water will exchange the heat with the air. That's an instant way to make an air conditioner. I think I have all the stuff to make that in your shed. Do it. Do a Colin Furs, man. Make it in the shed, dude. That's how you make an AC, and it doesn't cost very much, and it works. Physics, man. Knowledge is power. Anyway, Nat, Perky, how are you guys doing? How's the whole stack up stuff working? Is it working well? I hope so. Or you could use a car radiator, Praga, if you want to do that. A car radiator with an electric fan, sure. And then have a pump that pumps cold water. Yeah, if you have a spare car radiator and some coolant hoses around, that would be even better. Oh yeah, that'd work. That would work really well, actually. Without math, none of us would exist. Yeah, right. Yeah, a car radiator would be cool. It would do the opposite of what it does with the car. All the radiator does is exchange hot coolant coming out of the engine with oncoming air by running it through cooling vanes, and it cools it down. But you could, heat exchangers are all a radiator is what's called a heat exchanger. Heat exchangers are heat exchangers. You can use them to exchange heat. You can use them to exchange cold. It works. Just the car radiator with an electric fan, Praga, would be very, very loud. Yeah, those car fans are very loud. So, as long as you're cool with the noise. How about duct taping some dry ice to your forehead? No. If you have dry ice, put it in the bucket, the thing that I made. Just leave the fridge open. Can't circulate the heat fast enough. The compressor and the evaporator on the fridge goalie is only big enough to basically cool the volume of the fridge. You try to cool anything bigger with that, it's not going to work. You're going to end up heating everything up inside of the fridge, and that's about it. Because the compressor is outside of the refrigerator, remember? So the fridge is dumping heat, and the heat, it's trying to cool the heat that's the compressor's giving off. That doesn't work. That's why your air conditioner is in the window. And if you have central, that's why the compressor and everything is outside, because the heat belongs out there, not in here. You should just live in the fridge. Yeah, that's fine. How easy is it to bend copper pipes? Copper is malleable enough, dude. Just cut a hole in the wall for the fridge compressor. Now you basically just made your own central air conditioner, but it's possible, dudes. It's possible. Like, yeah, we can go down and build this stuff. No problem. I could build this in 5 minutes. The Matryoshka fridge. That's right. Hang on, I got to see if Perky replied to me. It's working fantastically. Thanks for asking. My pleasure. Absolutely. Pretty sure you kill the fridge compressor trying to cool stuff like that. Yeah, demo. The thing can't flux the heat fast enough. It can't exchange the heat quick enough. I mean, heck, even my air conditioner. You saw it when the sun combined with all the lights here. It basically overpowered it. Temperature was good for a little bit, and then it exponentially started going up when the sun was shining on this place. But that's because I was letting the heat in. I could build an air conditioner, man. It's not that hard. Well, it wouldn't be an air conditioner. It'd be basically a heat exchanger. And now, see, here's the thing, fellas. If you took that bucket of ice water and you put that ice water in a refrigerator, right? And then had the copper tubes coming out of the fridge going to the fan, now that would last a lot longer because your bucket is not exchanging heat with ambient temperature anymore. Only the copper is. So that would that would last a lot longer, but so your diminishing return to that is that you use more electricity, but climate control isn't about being efficient, that's for sure. Climate control in your house is not very energy efficient. No, it's the opposite of that. Are the heat waves over in the US at this time of year? KTR, it depends on where you are. The United States is a big place with a lot of varying climates. What I'm experiencing here in Boston is nothing compared to like Florida, which is 1,100 miles that way. I point downwards because south, but Florida in reality is that way. Yeah, so the weather up here is pretty timid for the summer. Heat waves get it to be about 90 degrees with like 60% humidity. That's how crazy it gets up here. It doesn't get much crazier than that. However, in Florida, it's a little bit different. Florida in the summers, we're talking 100 degrees with 100% humidity. It's like stepping into a sauna outside. Oh yeah. Yeah, comparatively, if you go west from Florida, you go to Texas, where Jeff just launched from. In the summer, we're talking 0% humidity and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. That's over 50 C. Yeah, it gets really hot out there with no precipitation, with nothing. It is dry. It is bone dry out there. Which is funny because if you go about 1,000 miles north of West Texas, right, you go up into the Midwest. In the Midwest, during the winters, it can get to be like minus 20 Fahrenheit, which is, what is that in centigrade? Really freaking cold in centigrade. We'll just leave it at that. It's like minus 30 C or something. Minus 10, 25. Yeah, it gets to be minus 25, but with 0% humidity, because everything is so ridiculously cold that any water vapor just freezes. Yeah, the weather changes crazy, like all over the place, depending on where you are in the U.S. Albany and August can get 80% humidity and 95 Fahrenheit. Yep. In the Pacific Northwest, yeah, generally they have rain. It's generally very a lot of moisture, but a very timid temperature. Not right now, though. The Pacific Northwest is going through a pretty nasty heat wave. And that heat wave, unfortunately, is causing fires, which kind of sucks. And then Butte in California, the same place that was on fire last year, is on fire again, which does suck. I feel for those people, man. No, it's no problem, drummer. Seriously, drive down the hardware store. You can pick that stuff up, no problem. Oh yeah, in Arizona, Albert. I've experienced the Arizona dry heat when I went to Tucson last year in August. Holy crap, was I not ready for that, dude. I got heat stroke. Because I got dehydrated and I didn't even notice. I had the nastiest heat stroke and the nastiest migraine from walking around the boneyards in Tucson. Oh my goodness. Walked around freaking Pima. I tried to see everything in 1 or 2 streams, dude. There's too many freaking planes. That's because you didn't drink enough water. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. But there's so much good stuff in this place, Jim. Check this out, dude. Look at this. B-58, B-57, B-52, B-52, B-36, B-47. A C-135 right there, a B-50, a Boeing 377, 2 of them, actually. Look at all this stuff, man. They have a C-141 just chilling down here. That's the plane that the C-17 replaced. The boxcar, C-130, two C-130s. There's all kinds of stuff in here, man. The Guppy. Convair 990. There's so much good stuff in here. 787 serial number 3. That's SN3 for Boeing 787 right there. Crazy, man. They have a Connie in here. A Tornado? Like, why is that there? How did that get there? How did the Tornadoes get there? Honest question. F-111, F-101, F-86. Look at this friggin' place. It's ridiculous. That's why I got heat stroke, man. I got so distracted. There's two F-105s, an F-4 and an F-15 right next to each other. They got an F-18, an F-4 Phantom, A-7. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? There's an F-9 right there. This place is freaking candy, dude. I'm guessing it flew. Oh, yeah. That was a pre-production, Geeson. Pre-production prototype. That plane flew. Oh, yeah. And they painted it in the launch customer's livery. That's 787 serial number 3, which is really friggin' cool. Over here, there's B-52, serial number 3. NASA, for the longest time, used serial number 8. That's why it was called Balls 8. And if you notice, serial number 3... Stop going into Street View. Has that attached to the side. Neil Armstrong launched on an X-15 from Balls 3 right there. Nice, Leahy. Oh, dude, I got heat stroke badly. Look at all this stuff, man. There's an MD-11 right there. Another boxcar. There's 727 serial number 1. SN1 for a 727 right there. There's another B-57 just chilling over there. There's all these plane parts and stuff, dude. Oh, there's so much good stuff. An F-16. And then there's that alleyway right there. That alleyway has stuff you might enjoy. I mean, this place looks like Watto's junkyard, dude. It's unbelievable. How much does it cost to go walk around? See, and it's a museum. It doesn't cost very much. I forget what the prices are for Pima. But if you're ever in Tucson, go to Pima. It is airplane heaven. If you could literally own a mint condition example of one of these, which one would it be? I'll take the Super Guppy. Yeah, I'd take the Super Guppy. Because instead of having to drive your cars everywhere, you could just load it in. You could load in a fleet, like 20 automobiles in this thing, and it could fly it around the country, no problem. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Or the C-141. C-141 is a great plane. The C-17 replaced it. The 787, though. Yeah, no. That's a nice plane as well. Also, check this out. I have no idea how these got here, but look at these planes right here. What is that doing there? How did this get into the desert in Arizona? How is that even possible? There's a freaking MiG-29, MiG-21, MiG-19, and a MiG-17. How did these get here? Oh, Google Earth took a dump. Look at that one right there. This was your reaction to the alleyway. Ah! Yeah, right? It probably flew there. No, I don't think so. Anyway, all right, it's time for Kerbal, dudes. Let's go.